Alright everyone, caught offside had something on Quansah. I'm not going to read the whole article, I'm just going to read the quotes in it because you can't really read the whole article. Where was it? And it's former scout Mick Brown. I believe he was the former scout for Man United and Sunderland. Now they mentioned Football Insider, so maybe the Football Insider would be a better one to read. Former Man United and Sunderland chief scout Mick Brown. And funny enough, he's wrote the article. So let's go with the article that Caught Offside mentioned. Still no more reliable than Caught Offside, to be honest. It said, his chances are going to be limited at Liverpool. I picked Quansah when he was in the youth team and I always thought he had the makings of becoming a top player. He's got to a certain level in his career and now we think he needs to push on again. To do that, he's got to be playing football at the top level. With the options they've got at Liverpool at the moment, it doesn't look like he'll be getting regular. He'll be a regular anytime soon, especially while they're looking to sign new players there. So if he's got the opportunity to go and play for Newcastle, I hear he wants to do that. He knows what's best for his career, and at this stage, is being able to play every week. It'd be a tremendous move for him and for Newcastle. They'd be picking up a very promising young player if they could get it over the line. I'm going to see if it says anything more on Caught Offside. And it just says that Eddie Howe is a keen admirer of the player. Now, it mentions there he picked him out for the... Let's read the quote. I picked Quansah out when he was in the youth team. So let's do a little bit of digging here because something doesn't quite add up. Let's have a look. Football Insider. I just want to see whether the ex-footballer he spent a decade at Man U where he rose to be chief scout and assistant manager to Ron Atkinson and Roy Keane at Sunderland. Let's see whether the footballer was... Doesn't look like this Mick Brown's the same one. Definitely not. He was at Man United, but there's no mention of Sunderland here. And 85. I'm gonna see. No, I've got Scott Brown. I'm trying to find more information on this Mick Brown. Mick Brown manager profiles. It's the same one. 48. This might be a bit more. So he was manager at Port Vale and an assistant manager at Port Vale. If it's the same person, I don't think it is. No, it's not him. Oh, there's something here on him. There we go. Fullback Michael John Mick Brown was born in Walsall and grew up in Gloucestershire. Okay. He was assistant manager in 1979 to Ron Atkinson. So let's have a look at his clubs. Hull City 58 to 67, Lincoln City 67 to 68, Cambridge 68 to 69. He also did scouting for West Ham. So at least I've got an idea of who he is, but I'm trying to see what connections he has with Liverpool, really, because so the one I looked at that's 85 could be him. But it says he was assistant for only 5 years here. And Hull, Lincoln, Cambridge, yeah. Current team. So now if we look at Quansah, how's he picked Quansah out? I know this is probably not going to be the most exciting video. Quansah's only had Liverpool. I don't see where their paths would have crossed unless he's scouted for opponents. But yeah. So an ex-Man United assistant manager, scouts for West Ham, Villa, Sunderland, says he wants to go to Newcastle. That's an interesting one. I did briefly mention this, I think, in a paper roundup, and I said I would look at it in a bit more depth. And there's not much there on the quote. That really adds much weight. I don't think this Mick Brown's profile adds anything that says, oh, well, we must take him seriously. Again, it doesn't say, oh, he's got no knowledge. I mean, he was an assistant manager to Ron Atkinson's Man United. Ron Atkinson was a big name. And not because he was called Big Ron. He was a charismatic manager. But he was a high profile and at the time regarded manager. So the fact he's been his assistant, I would say he has some qualities and understanding of players. So it's an interesting one, put it that way. Alright guys, thank you very much.